Hi everyone, welcome back to Beauty Beyond 40. In today's video, I'm going to be answering all of your beauty device questions. I've started doing this video every year because so many of you get new beauty devices over the holidays, and then so many of you have questions about your devices. So every January, I ask everybody, tell me what devices you got and what questions do you have? And I got so many questions and I'm gonna answer them all today. To the best of my ability, I've got my list right here in front of me and I'm gonna go through every single one. If I didn't address your question today, just drop it down in the comments below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. I do read all of the comments that come through my YouTube channel and all of my social media channels actually. Before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name's Trina. I'm 48 years old. I make videos mostly about beauty devices. So if you're interested in this topic, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And also keep in mind that if you're interested in shopping any of the devices that I go over today, or you saw me do a video on a device and you're wondering how you can shop it, where's the link, where's the code? I know that can be confusing. I have a page on my website. It's a shop page and I list all of the devices that I recommend along with links and promo codes, so you can always go to that page and find the up-to-date codes, sales, links. It's the easiest place to shop all of these devices. So question one, I got the Spectralite face and eye mask. So that is the Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask. This is the red and near infrared and blue LED mask. And you got the eye mask. That's so cool. This is a special LED mask for the eye area that's red LED. It offers concentrated lights around the eye area. So your 11s, underneath your eyes, your crow's feet. So Lisa says that you can't do these together, but you can use one in the morning and one in the evening. Is that okay? I think that should be fine, or you can alternate days. This mask only takes 3 minutes. And this one as well only takes 3 minutes, and it's because the strength of the lights are higher than other masks that you might use, so you only have to use it for 3 minutes. So I hear a lot of people saying that they will do 2 sessions of 3 minutes. I don't recommend doing that. 3 minutes a day should be plenty for this, and then this one also takes 3 minutes. I think that's fine if you want to do one in the morning and one in the evening, or you could alternate days. You don't want to overdo it. With all these devices, be really careful. You don't want to go off manual and do it more frequently than the manual suggests because you're trying to force results. It takes time to build collagen and have it come to the surface of your skin. So be patient and use these devices consistently and you will see results. So I think that if Dr. Dennis Gross is recommending to do one in the morning and one at night, I wouldn't go beyond that. I wouldn't do it more than that. I think that's a good recommendation. And then is it okay to do them the same time as my NuFACE? Absolutely, you can use LED in the same routine as microcurrent. I generally will do my LED before my microcurrent because I do LED generally on dry skin. Then I put the conductive gel on and do my microcurrent treatment. So you absolutely can do those on the same day, but don't use microcurrent every day. I recommend every other day. They will say you can use it once every 24 hours, but I like to give my muscles a rest. So I would do my red LED every day, or you can do 5 times a week. You don't have to do it every single day. And then microcurrent every other day. And then the last question from Lisa is, can you use NuFACE with Botox or does it affect the Botox? So if you are new to my channel, I have never done Botox and filler. My entire channel, my presence on social media is alternatives to injectables. I'm trying to go as long as I can without getting injectables, and all the devices I use on a regular basis I think are doing a pretty good job. But what I generally do is go look at the manufacturer's website to see what they say about Botox. And I did a video all about this where I just went to the site to look at the FAQs. The NuFACE site says you should wait a couple of weeks. You definitely should wait after you get Botox because Botox is freezing the muscle and microcurrent is stimulating the muscle. So you pay all this money to freeze your muscle and get your face looking how you want it to look, and then you don't want to go and put microcurrent right on top of that area right after that because it's going to reduce the effect or lessen the effect that the Botox freezing is doing. So they're opposites, if you will, so I wouldn't do that. And what you can do is once you see the Botox start to wear off or you wait a couple weeks, then you can start incorporating your NuFACE device. And generally people like to start using devices and not get injectables. So you could start trying to incorporate more devices like microcurrent so that you don't have to get your Botox injections. You can also ask your injector just to be safe because They know how much they're putting in your face and where, and they may have a different recommendation for you, but a rule of thumb is to go to the manufacturer's site, see what it says in their FAQ section, and if there isn't information, definitely reach out to their customer service to ask, because that's a really common question. Next question. I'm 46 and I have jowls, and I bought the NuFACE Mini to lift the lower face. I find that it doesn't lift the upper eye area as well as my Myolift Tri-Wave. So that's this device here, this microcurrent device. Any suggestions, preferences, routines with either device or products to use? How often for either? That's a great question. There's so many different microcurrent devices on the market. This is the NuFACE Mini Plus. This is the newer version. This device, I believe, goes up to 335 microamps, whereas the Tri-Wave is going to go up to 400 microamps. And I can compare the Educate mode on the Tri-Wave to the NuFACE Mini Plus, because both of those modes are lifting, tightening, and toning the muscle, as opposed to smoothing and lengthening the muscle that erase mode does. On this one doesn't have an erase mode, so it makes sense that this device is going to lift better because it has a higher intensity, it has more microamps, and also you're able to get the probes in your eye area and do a much more targeted routine. As you can see here, you can lift your eyebrows and sculpt the area. So this device is just going to be better, the Tri-Wave or even the Mini. They both use the probes. It's going to be better at lifting, tightening, and toning the eye area because you can really sculpt the area with the separate probes and you're getting more intensity. So what I recommend is using your Tri-Wave as much as possible during the week. I know the routine is a lot longer than using the NuFACE Mini. If you're finding that it's lifting your lower face and you're fine with that, then you can do this device on your lower portion of your face like every other day until you're happy with the results and maybe could drop down to 2 to 3 times a week. I don't think you're ever going to achieve the results with this device that you can with the Tri-Wave or the Mini. So you'll have to just come up with a routine that fits your schedule, whereby you're doing the quick routine on the lower portion of your face with the Mini, and then you can move to the eye area with the probes. And you could do those on the same day and just have that be your microcurrent day and get it done. And then you'll be able to maintain the results of your lower portion and your upper portion, but with 2 different devices. I know that might not be what you wanted to hear, but if you don't want to use 2 different devices, you absolutely can just stick with the Educate mode on the Tri-Wave and do the lower portion of your face and your eye area and just be done. But you can definitely use them both. And also, this is so much easier to travel with. So if you're busy or you're on the go, or you don't have more than 5 minutes, say, for example, on a certain day, you can use this on the lower portion of your face. And you can also use it to lift your hoods and lift your upper eye area for that day, but definitely then go back in with your Tri-Wave whenever you can, at least once a week, so that you can get that lift, maybe 2 times a week if you can, just on that eye area to get that lift. But I think you are gonna have to play around with using both of these devices to get the best results over time. That's why I love having so many microcurrent options, because you will see different results with different devices. And it's really interesting to me to hear that you've found results with one device on the lower portion of your face and another device for the upper portion of your face, and that's very normal because everybody's different. Next question. I haven't purchased one yet, but I'm obsessed with LED panels. I would prefer to have a panel rather than a mask. I have seen so many brands. Which one is best? That's a great question, and I created an entire video all about LED devices, and there's a section in there about panels, and I went through and created a chart and put in all of the specs, all of the data, the intensity, the lights, the price, how often you need to use it, how long are the sessions, to help you decide which is going to be the best one for you. There's so many options and the prices range drastically. So I'll link to that video so you can go watch that. Since you mentioned Mesama in your question, I wanted to just bring up that they have this new LED panel that's really affordable, and it's really sleek and thin and very easy to use, and it includes pulsed LED, which research is showing is actually better than just still LED. So the lights will flash. I'm not going to turn it on because it's quite stroby and it flashes, but if you use pulsed LED, it can help with anti-aging, with stimulating collagen and elastin, and it can help push your skincare deeper into your skin. And I actually have a video coming up with Bev, who is the founder of Mesama. I'm gonna interview her and ask her all of my questions about pulsed LED because it's pretty new to me, but I definitely recommend that you check this out because it's the latest LED technology that I've seen, and that it incorporates that pulsed LED, and you can turn on and off the NIR, the near infrared, which I know is really important for many of you. So I would go ahead and definitely check this out. The other one that I have that's really popular is the Dermalux Flex MD panel, but that's like almost $3,000, and the clinicals are incredible on it, but it's really expensive. But it's a panel that's flexible that you can lay on the back of your body, or you can use over your face to do red, near infrared, or blue. So that one's also really popular. But go ahead and watch that video that I created because there's a whole bunch of panels on there and you can read all of the specs and decide which one you think is going to be the best for you. Next question is about microcurrent. I bought my first microcurrent device, the Foreo Bear. She chose it specifically for its anti-shock technology, but it did nothing but zap her. She says, I was forced to return it this week after a long month of trying to make it work, but to no avail. Has anyone else experienced this? This is so interesting because I have never experienced shocking with a microcurrent device. I feel like the only time that I would is if I use a device like up in my hairline where I don't have any conductive gel, where I'm not supposed to be using it anyway, and it zaps and I'm like, oh, I better stay down here like on my face that's protected with that conductive serum. So I have even the new Bear 2, and this goes up to 680 microamps, and that is so intense. It doesn't shock me, but the current is actually too strong. It's uncomfortable for my face, so I turn it down, but it doesn't shock me. And the only thing I could suggest is make sure your skin is really hydrated, make sure you're drinking a lot of water, and you're using a lot of the conductive serum that comes with the Bear. Make sure you have a nice layer of conductive serum, and you can keep a facial spritzer nearby to wet the gel to make sure that it doesn't zap you. And if you tried all of that and they told you to try all that and it still zapped you, I don't know what to say except that everybody's different and maybe your skin just doesn't work well with the Foreo Bear. You could try other devices like the Myolift Mini where you can really control the number of microamps, or the QT. You can control the number of microamps that are going into your skin to get a less intense experience, or you could try the ZIIP Halo, but I don't think you can control the microamps. So what I would recommend is getting a device where you can really control the intensity. Or like, did you try level 1 on the Foreo Bear, like the lowest level, and it's still zapping you? Let me know. Let me know if you tried all those things and it still zapped you, but I haven't had any of those problems with any of my microcurrent devices zapping me, so I'm really sorry to hear that. Next question is from Rebecca. She says she bought the ZIIP Halo and a regular gel. I think that's this one, the electric complex. This is the one that I got along with my ZIIP Halo. And you're saying that the gel is making you break out so much that you need an alternative. You'd love to know what specific ingredient could be causing the breakouts. I'm so sorry to hear that. I haven't experienced any breakouts with my microcurrent gels, so I don't know what could be the culprit that's making you break out. What you can do is, I have a page on my website, a shop page. On that page, I list other serums and gels that you could try, and I created a video actually all about alternatives to the microcurrent gels that you can use with your various microcurrent devices, and I asked people to leave comments as well about what worked for them, and so many people left comments. So you can go watch that video and read what people say, and my recommendation would be to try the Osea Hyaluronic C Serum. It's not cheap. I think it's $88 the last time I checked, but it's a really clean hyaluronic acid serum, and it conducts microcurrent really well because I tested it with my Myolift Mini to see if there's conduction, and it's a really nice serum, and I actually like to travel with it because then I can put the serum on and do my microcurrent routine, and then I don't have to wash it off. It's not a gel, it's an actual serum. So then I can move on to the rest of my skincare routine, and I don't have to mess with the gel, and I don't have to travel with the gel. So that would be my recommendation, if you can afford it, to test out that serum because it's really clean. I think that would be a great serum for sensitive skin. You could test it out and see if it works for you. If not, you could try some of the recommendations from that video that I mentioned, so I'll make sure to link to that so you can go watch that to learn more. Next question. Actually, it's not a question, it's a comment. She says, I got the NuFACE Smart Mini Plus, and it's an absolute waste of money. It did nothing, and I'm very disappointed, and I'm upset I spent money on that. I'm so sorry to hear that. I think you mean the NuFACE Mini Plus, because there's no device I know of called the Smart Mini Plus. So this is the NuFACE Mini Plus, and this device doesn't have very many microamps compared to other devices on the market. Even the NuFACE Trinity Plus has a boost button where you get 25% more microamps. So I'm actually not surprised that you were disappointed. This is not really a device that I think would be recommended to this community. I'm almost 50, and I think many of you watching are around my age, 40s, 50s, 60s, or older perhaps, and we need more power. So what I recommend is do your research when you're shopping for a device and see what the intensity is. Check the return policy, see if there's a money back guarantee, see if you can test it out for a certain amount of time, take selfies and see if you notice an improvement, and if you don't, return it. Like, don't buy a device unless they have a money back guarantee and you can return it, because these devices are going to work differently for everyone, and everyone's so different based on your expectations and what you're trying to do. And you know, a device like this, you do need to use it every other day for the first 60 days, and you know, maybe you didn't have time to use it for every other day for those 60 days, but it's very important when you're working with a new microcurrent device that you do use it consistently. And what I would recommend for you is hopefully you can return this, and I would try something much stronger. The Myolift devices, the Tri-Wave or the Mini, go up to 400 microamps. The QT Plus is also a handheld microcurrent device by 7E Wellness. The Myolift QT Plus, that will go up to 400 microamps. The Bear 2 by Foreo goes up to 680 microamps. So, you know, if you're trying to tighten and lift those gels, this is going to be double the power of this device. I think this one is like 335 microamps and this one's 680. So it's really important to do your research and get the device that's going to have the power you need to get the results you want. So I recommend that, or you could try the ZIIP Halo. I know the ZIIP Halo, I think the ZIIP Halo goes up to at least 400 microamps or more. I don't have the exact number. I don't think Melanie ever shared that with me, but it's definitely going to be stronger than the NuFACE Mini Plus. So I would think the majority of the people watching in my community are probably not going to see great results with a device like this one. I recommend, if you are going to stick with NuFACE, go for the Trinity Plus so you can get over 400 microamps. Here's the NuFACE Trinity Plus. Here's the boost button. This device is going to be a lot stronger than the Mini Plus, the Trinity Plus. But if you want to use this one in between, if you have this already and you want to take it traveling, or you want to use it in between your stronger sessions, like if you have the Tri-Wave and you use this a couple times a week or once a week, and then you use this one in between, that's a great scenario as well. Not everybody has, you know, 30 to 40 minutes to do microcurrent all the time. So you can mix and match your devices just so that you're stimulating ATP, boosting collagen and elastin, and getting that microcurrent toning and tightening of the muscles in between those days where you aren't able to do the full routine, like the full Myolift routine. So I hope that helps, and I hope you're able to get your money back and try something stronger. Moving right along, I got a question about the ZIIP. I got the ZIIP, and I'm feeling vibrations and a slight zapping sensation when I'm using it. I never felt that when I was using the Myolift. Is it common to have such tingles with the ZIIP? This is an excellent question, and definitely when you're using the Myolift Mini, you shouldn't feel it. If you feel it, you're told to turn it down because you don't want it to be too strong that it hurts, or it's zapping you, or it's twitching your muscles. You do feel the ZIIP Halo slightly depending on the program that you're using or the routine that you're using. So you can feel it in your teeth. It does feel a little bit zippy, so I get why she named it the ZIIP. I noticed that as well when I tested out the Myolift QT Plus for the first time, and I think it's because when you have these microcurrent spheres that are so close to each other, it feels different than when you have the probes that are apart like this. So when you're using the probes and you're working them across your face, it delivers the current a little farther apart, and it does feel a little bit more zingy or zippy when you use the QT. And so that's the same thing I feel with the ZIIP, because the probes are not separate. They're the spheres that are together on the device like this. And also she has some routines like Problem Solver that definitely does feel zippy, because you're using it on like acne, or you're using it on hyperpigmentation, and the waveforms are different, and it's delivering the current in a different way than the Myolift devices do. So it is gonna feel different. It's gonna feel tingly. So depending on the routine that you're doing with the ZIIP, you will feel it a little bit differently from your other devices. And also like the Foreo Bear 2 that I just got, this intensity is so strong that I definitely feel it more so than my other devices. So I think it just depends like what device you're using, what's the intensity, how much gel do you have on your face, are you using it by your teeth where you can feel it more, is your skin really hydrated? So there's all these different factors, but definitely when you're using these handheld devices, you are gonna feel them more than you would like the Myolift Mini or the Myolift Tri-Wave, but it should never hurt and you should never feel twitching. If you do, definitely turn down the intensity. Next question from Candy. I know I can't use the Myolift Mini every day on Educate, but what about on Erase? Muscles need a break after workout, but can we stretch our muscles every day? What do you think? So the answer is no. You are working the muscles with the Myolift devices, whether you're doing Erase or Educate with the probes. So either you're stretching the muscles or you're lifting, tightening, and toning them, and you want to give your muscles a break. So my general rule of thumb is whenever you're using microcurrent in any mode or any waveform, only do it at most every other day. That's what I do. I'm quite conservative. I don't want to go off manual, and I will only use microcurrent every other day because I want to make sure I give my muscles a day in between to rest and recuperate, so I don't overdo it. Just a few more questions left. Angie asked, what is your absolute favorite, most effective device or treatment for under eye wrinkles? Anytime anyone asks me what my favorite device is for something, it's really difficult for me to answer with just one device because I have so many. I will tell you what I do the most, and then other things I do to supplement that, and hopefully you can pick one you want to start with that would work the best for you based on your schedule and your budget. But the #1 device I use for eye wrinkles is my NIRA Precision. This device is awesome. I use it every single day to lift and tighten my hooded eyes, and because I'm already using it on my hoods, I'll just work my crow's feet and my under eye area, and it's a fantastic device. If you have the NIRA Pro, the head is larger and you can use this on your crow's feet and under your eyes as well, but I find that this doesn't work well for my hoods because I can't get it in there. So I like to use both of these. So that's my #1. I also find that microcurrent works really well for under my eyes. My favorite is to use the Myolift Mini because you can use erase mode to smooth out the crow's feet, or you could use the QT to do the erase mode on your crow's feet. And then I use the Educate mode, not going above 300 microamps under my eye, to smooth, tighten, and depuff the under eye and brighten up the under eye. So microcurrent and NIRA Precision are the two devices that I like to use the most for my under eye. However, there are these really great LED devices for the eye area. So if you don't want to mess with gel with a microcurrent device, or you don't have a NIRA laser, you could just put on a LED device that has lights that are concentrated around the eye area. This one is a Dr. Dennis Gross. Current Body also makes one. You just put it on and it takes 3 minutes to do your whole eye area. That's gonna help with fine lines around the eyes. And Omnilux actually just launched these really cool patches that you can place right where you want to work on wrinkles. So if you have crow's feet that are bothering you, you could put the patch right there and it's gonna be concentrated right on your eye area. They're great for travel. There's a tripolar eye device, which is a radio frequency device for under the eye and above your eye that you can use. That's really great for tightening up the area. I don't use that as much because it requires a gel and I have so many other ones to use, and because I've not found anything that works as well as the NIRA Precision to tighten and lift my hooded eye. So if I'm already using this for that, I'll just keep using it under my eye and on my crow's feet. So that's really why I use this. So microcurrent, or even nanocurrent from ZIIP Halo. The founder's favorite is a nanocurrent routine, which is really great for smoothing out fine lines and wrinkles on the skin that you could do or on your eye area. So microcurrent, nanocurrent, red LED, lasers, radio frequency, all of those are gonna work. If you have the budget and the time for the LYMA laser, this device is awesome. And you can definitely use that to smooth out your eye wrinkles as well. But this is almost $3,000 and it takes at least 30 minutes every single day for 12 weeks before you'll see results. So that's why I don't recommend this one too much, because it's not really attainable for a lot of people, but it is awesome. And then I did get a lot of questions about the NuDerma high frequency wand and incorporating that into your routine and layering it with other devices. And I have to say, I don't know the answer. Someone is saying, can I use my NuDerma high frequency wand and the NIRA Pro laser? Those two devices both treat the skin, and I know that most everyone is using their NIRA lasers every single day, so I don't know if you can use the NuDerma high frequency wand on the same day, but I just got the NuDerma Clinical Fusion wand that combines argon and neon in all of the applicators, and they sent it to me because I asked for it, and it's such a popular device, and I'm gonna do a YouTube demo of that new device. I'm gonna ask them these questions because I get a lot of questions about incorporating that into your routine. And I generally use a high frequency wand to treat acne, like if I have an acne flare up. So it's not really a consideration for me because most people are using the NIRA Pro laser to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, and you can use a high frequency wand to smooth fine lines and wrinkles, but I'm generally not doing that at the same time. So I'm gonna find out for you. Thank you for asking me this. This came up a few times, and on the Pure Daily Care site, I didn't see any FAQs. So I'm gonna reach out to them and get some info. Somebody says they got the Ladora Duo and a Tripolar Stop VX2. She's asking, in what order do I do my devices? Looking forward to that video. So I am gonna do a 2024 beauty device routine video. I've done 2 of these in the past, but my devices keep changing and I keep shifting what I'm doing, so I am gonna make one in 2024. The Ladora Duo device is amazing for hair and scalp health. For me, I use it to thicken up the hair around my hairline that started to thin out during perimenopause. They have these really great serum pods that you pop in and out, and that delivers nutrients to your scalp to help with the overall health of your scalp and your hair. That one you use every single day for 5 minutes. It's amazing. The Tripolar Stop VX2 has been really popular because it's skin tightening and muscle tightening for the lower portion of your face. And I just filmed a demo of this device for YouTube that I'm gonna put out on my YouTube channel as soon as I finish editing it, because a lot of people had questions about this, because the last demo I did for Tripolar was the Stop VX, and this is the Stop VX2. And it's the latest technology. It's got turbo RF, it's really fast, and it's amazing. So that's coming soon. But in general, the order that I do my devices, I do my NIRA lasers first. I use my precision laser around my eyes, and then I will do LED. Those devices are done on dry skin, the laser and then the LED. And then I will do radio frequency, but I won't overlap the NIRA laser with radio frequency. So if I'm doing the NIRA laser around my eyes, I'll do the tripolar device everywhere else on my face and my neck. And then I'll do microcurrent to finish up the routine. There are cases where I'm doing the NIRA Pro instead of the tripolar device, and I'll go over that in a little bit, and I'll talk about that in that 2024 device routine. But the other device that I'm using regularly is my LYMA laser, and this I'm not doing all the time. I did a 12-week test where I did it almost every single day, and I was using it for over 30 minutes a day for 12 weeks, and that's just not feasible for me to keep doing. I love this device, it's incredible, but it's almost $3,000 and it requires a huge time commitment, so I'll try to use it a couple times a week. And I was using it more than that when I got my Cosmelan peel. My face was like on fire and it was so tight and it was so uncomfortable. So I was rotating between red LED and the laser because both are cold devices, there's no heat, and it was helping to calm my skin and heal my skin. So I was using the laser during that peel process, and that's part of my yearly routine now, is getting these chemical peels. The Cosmelan peel is the best thing I've ever done for my melasma. It's a depigmentation peel, and it literally obliterated all of my melasma and all of my hyperpigmentation on my face. It's incredible, but it's a lengthy process. It takes at least a couple of months. I'm still actually using the home peel at night to maintain my results, and I don't want to use anything heat-based on my skin while I was healing. During that time period, I was using the LYMA laser, and now I'll use it like once a week, or I'll grab it and I'll hold it on my jowls because my jowls are so annoying, and I'll just do like a 3-minute hold and a 3-minute hold, or maybe a 3-minute hold on my 11s if I'm watching TV or listening to a podcast or reading emails or something. So I try to incorporate this as much as possible, but I don't use it all the time. And if you saw my live with Lucy on Instagram about this laser, she says if you have the LYMA laser, you don't have to use any other device. But that's not really realistic for someone like me, because A, it's my job to test all these devices, but B, I just don't have the time, 30 minutes to an hour every single day. So I will use all my other devices because they're doing very specific things, like my NIRA Precision is tightening my hoods, and my red LED is helping to smooth my lines, and then my microcurrent is helping to lift, tone, and tighten my muscles, or nanocurrent is smoothing my fine lines and wrinkles, but those are only taking like a couple of minutes a day. And so I'll grab it and I'll do it when I can. And I will use the LYMA laser when I can, but I can't do it every single day. So the other devices are helping me maintain my results, helping me catch up, and I just hope that all the things that I'm doing are helping me maintain my youthful appearance and pushing off getting injectables as much as possible. That's a more realistic take on my beauty device routine, but I am gonna make a separate video all about that so that I can explain what I'm doing and hopefully answer a lot of questions you have, because there's so many devices now, like the NVIG Edge by Tripolar, like how am I using that? I'm gonna go more into detail about that because it does get quite confusing. Next question is, I got the NIRA Pro and the Current Body LED Neck and Deck Mask. I already have an LED face device and the LYMA laser. I'm not sure when to drop the LYMA and start using the NIRA Pro, or how often to use my LED stuff alongside. It's a bit overwhelming. Yes, this was a question from Emma. Emma, that's just what I was just talking about. It's so confusing and there's so many devices, and it's really hard to know how something is working unless you just test that all on its own. So I'm gonna go over my routine in that video that's gonna be coming out very soon, because I know that's a really important video I have to film. But I am using NIRA Pro, I'm using LED, I'm using LYMA laser, and I'm using all of that, so I'm gonna go into more detail of how you can incorporate all of that. But honestly, it's not gonna hurt if you use your LED devices and LYMA in the same routine on the same day. It's only gonna help. But the LED devices are going to show results faster than the LYMA laser. This thing takes like 12 weeks to see results. I started to see my skin looking more glowy after a month of use, but I don't know if that's the case for everyone, since they say it takes 12 weeks. And with LED, it takes 30 days for new collagen to come to the surface of your skin. So I feel like if you've got the devices, just use them. LED is so much more of a smaller time commitment. So use your LED device if you've got like a face mask or a panel for like 10 minutes. Use that every other day. And when you have the time to do like a 30-minute to an hour session with your LYMA, grab it and do it. If you've got the time, why not? Anyway, I'll go more into that in that full beauty device routine video. But thanks for that question. It is very confusing. Even I'm confused trying to think through like when I'm doing what. Next question is about the, this is such a common question. I actually made a video addressing this separately. Someone says, I got the Tripolar Stop VX2 and the NIRA Pro, and I have no idea how or when to use these devices. So my number one response is always follow the manual. So this is going to have a manual that tells you exactly how often to use it. This is going to have a manual that tells you how often to use it. This you can actually use once a day, or you can use up to 2 times a day. And this one, I believe, is 3 to 4 times a week for the first couple of months, and then you can taper off and go into maintenance mode. But my recommendation for what I do is, because both of these devices are using heat to tighten the skin, I only will use NIRA laser for 30 days because I want to wait for the new collagen to come to the surface of my skin and see those results. And then I will take a few days off, maybe 3 to 4 days off. Then I will start using radio frequency for 30 days within the manual schedule. So not every day, so 3 to 4 times a week, for example, per the manual, and I will do that over a 30-day period. Then I'll take like 3 to 4 days off to let my skin rest a little bit. and then go back to the NIRA Pro. And I do this because I'm conservative and I don't want to use two heat-based devices in the same area on my skin. I don't want to overdo it and make my skin start to look older. That's what I recommend. And if you are using the NIRA Pro and you're loving the results after 30 days, keep going, don't stop. Go for 60 days, go for 90 days, take photos along the way, and then take another set of photos when you start using the Tripolar Stop VX2, use it for 30 days, track your results, and then if you want to keep going for 60 days, 90 days, go for it. But you'll know by looking at the photos which device you think is working the best for you, and I definitely don't recommend using these at the same time. Some people may disagree with me, and maybe your esthetician or dermatologist may disagree, but I'm really conservative and I just don't want to use two heat-based devices at the same time. So that's what I do. I rotate them in and out, and I don't use one in the morning and one in the night. No, I'm saying 30 days, 1 month you're doing this, and then you're not using this at all, and then for the next month, you're using just this device with a break in between. So that's what I do. And I hope that helps. I know it's confusing, but that's what I do so that I don't overdo it. Someone's asking me who makes my face visor that I've been wearing all the time on all my social media. My face visor is by Bluestone Sunshield. This is the visor that I've been wearing since I got my Cosmelan peel, and I don't want to get any sun exposure. So this is awesome. This is the full Luxe Shield. It has the best protection. I'll make sure to link to this down in the description. There's a promo code as well to shop this, but she makes the best shields. I love these shields. I think I have like 3 of them now, and they have different colors. It blocks like 99.99% of UVA and UVB rays so that you can go outside and not worry about getting sun. It's great for like if you've had a peel or a procedure. It's great for driving, being at the beach. I wear this thing everywhere. Like I literally was walking around my neighborhood wearing this and people were calling me Space Lady, and I'm just used to it now. I'm the Space Lady, so that's fine. As long as my melasma doesn't come back, I'll be Space Lady all day long. Another question about the new Derma Clinical High Frequency Wand. I haven't tried that one yet. You're saying that the initial zap is stronger. Is that okay? I think that is okay because I was doing some initial research and this clinical wand is stronger. So you can play with the levels and turn it down and start really slow and then work your way up. I don't think you need to use that one on a high level because it is stronger. It's a clinical grade, but I will figure that all out when I make that video. And then you're asking if you can use it on your forehead with Botox or will it make the Botox wear off faster? This I don't know because again, they don't have any info on their website. So I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna ask them because I keep getting these questions and I don't know. And I would hate to give you bad advice and make your Botox wear off faster than it should. But general rule of thumb, I would say don't do it. I would say just wait a couple of weeks, wait 2 to 3 weeks, wait to start to see the Botox wear off, and just don't overlap like in the meantime until I can figure out the answer because I don't want to lead you astray. Somebody asked, which red LED mask should I get for the neck? Should I get the Current Body or the Omnilux? I have a video where I compared all of the body devices, all of the LED devices. I have a chart where I listed all the specs. I'll link to that in the description and you can go check it out. I don't have the Omnilux one, but I have the Current Body one. I think the Omnilux one has the same specs as the Current Body. You can go look on my chart because I have everything listed. It's so easy, it just takes 10 minutes, you put it on. So I would say go for the one that has the better specs, like go check and see if there's anything new that's out on the Current Body or Omnilux site and just get the one that has the best price that you can access where you live. But the one that you might want to check out is this higher dose one. If you can see how much surface area is on this mask, it is huge. It covers so much more space. I think this one is so awesome. Like I'll try to stand up so you can see, like look how much more surface area this covers. So it's really gonna get so much more of your chest. And like look at this one by Current Body. You can see it's like way smaller. See that? How much smaller it is? So I think this one from Higher Dose is just, it's really cool. So this is the one I've been using the most because of that. Someone says, I got the LYMA laser and I love it so far. I love your recommendation of the Chorus Velvet Skin Drink with it. Do you use the NIRA and the LYMA on the same day? I love this product, this Chorus product. I'm so glad you love it too. It's just a really, really nice serum. that really hydrates the skin and gives your skin a really nice slip. The LYMA laser comes with their own glide serum and an oxygen spray, and you don't have to use their products, although they're wonderful. You can use any products that provide slip, like a face oil. I like to use this Velvet Skin Drink along with a face oil, and it just gives a really nice glide. So I'm glad you're loving that. I love that as well. I just used that the other day. Can you use the NIRA and the LYMA on the same day? Absolutely you can. The LYMA is a cold laser. It's low-level laser technology. There's no heat. You can use this on the same day as any of your devices. This is a heat-based laser, and you could use it all over your face, and then you could use the LYMA afterwards. Now, in theory, you shouldn't have to use both, but you can, absolutely. They're both lasers, so I don't really think that you would have to use them both, but you for sure can. There's no conflict, so you absolutely can use those. I don't know that I would use those on the same day, though, because I don't think you actually need to. I would use my NIRA Pro every day, and then maybe the LYMA laser on days where I have like 30 minutes or an hour to use this device, which I don't always have. So I will do this when I can. And then someone else says, I got the Halo ZIIP and the NIRA Pro. What's the best way to use both devices throughout my week? I have sensitive skin and I want to slowly introduce the devices into my routine. That's a great question. You can use both of these together on the same day. I would start with the NIRA Pro and then do the ZIIP afterwards. You're supposed to use the NIRA Pro on clean, dry skin. So you would do that, and then afterwards you would put on the ZIIP conductivity gel and then use the ZIIP device, whatever routine you're using. Then I would wash off the gel. Then I would put on the hyaluronic acid serum from NIRA to make sure that you deeply hydrate the area. It's really important to deeply hydrate the area since you did just use heat on it. And if your skin is feeling very sensitive, the only thing I could think of is that after you use a NIRA Pro and your skin is feeling hot, it might be sensitive when you try to put on a conductivity gel. So you might want to do it every other day, or maybe one in the morning and one in the evening. Or you could even try getting a really clean serum like the Osea Hyaluronic C serum, which will conduct microcurrent, which will be more gentle on your skin. You could try that. And so you could use the NIRA Pro and then your ZIIP right after with that serum. Then make sure that you're sealing in that serum with a hydrating moisturizer to make sure that your skin feels nourished and hydrated. And you're not supposed to use the ZIIP every single day. So you'll use your NIRA Pro every day, and then you can start using the ZIIP Halo every other day. But if your skin is too sensitive to use that ZIIP right after the NIRA, then just space it out and do it like later on in the day or in the evening, or maybe you do the NIRA Pro in the morning and then your ZIIP Halo before you go to bed. Or vice versa, because many people like to use microcurrent in the morning because they get that lift and that glow and it will last throughout the day. Really use clean products along with them so that you don't stress out your skin. Okay, so the last question is, what are your top 3 must-have devices? And wow, this is the hardest question that I always get asked. I don't have a top 3 devices. I do have top 3 modalities. I would say the top 3 modalities are NIRA laser, microcurrent, and LED. And the reason why is because the NIRA laser tightens the skin and it tightens my hoods. Microcurrent stimulates ATP, lifts, tightens, and tones, smooths out wrinkles, and it also gives me that microcurrent glow, and it's my first beauty device love. I fell in love with microcurrent, and that's really what helped my channel take off. So definitely microcurrent has to be in there. I don't have a favorite microcurrent device. I have so many, and I use them all for very different reasons. So I don't have a favorite microcurrent device at the moment, but that is definitely a top must-have modality. And then lastly, I would say LED, red LED, because it's so easy, it's so fast, the results are so wonderful. I love to use a mask that has red, near infrared, and blue in one. And my favorite right now, for a while, is this Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask because it's only 3 minutes and I find myself consistently using it. And it helps keep my acne in check because I do have hormonal acne that comes and goes, and I get a lot of clogged pores on my forehead because I'm always wearing a hat or I'm wearing my shield and it's laying up against my forehead and it's clogging it up and it's sweating, and so I like to use that blue LED to help kill some of that bacteria. So this is so easy to just use. 3 minutes a day, I use it almost every day. So I guess, gosh, if I had to pick top 3, if I could only do top 3, the NIRA Precision, because I do it on my hoods and this is a must have, but you can also do it all over your face. It would take forever. So if I can't have the Pro, I could at least do that with the Precision. And then of course, this LED mask because I actually use it. And then Microcurrent, I think like my favorites right now that I've actually been using, the ZIIP Halo, I would say, is probably my favorite one because it's so easy. And there's that Founder's Favorite routine that is nano current that helps to smooth out my fine lines and wrinkles, and then it has lift mode to help lift and tighten and tone my muscles, and it also has Problem Solver to help with acne or hyperpigmentation or melasma. So this one, I love that the routines are so short and easy, and it's such a sleek, easy device to use. Gosh, I think that's the one I've been using the most. But man, that Freo Bear 2 is so amazing because it's so strong, up to 680 microamps. I don't use it at that high of intensity, but it has all those massage modes and different types of microcurrent. It's so advanced. So these are the 2 that I've been using the most lately, the ZIIP Halo and the Freo Bear 2. But I mean, gosh, how can I, like the Myolift Mini, it's like my first love. Like I love this device. So this is like the classic does it all microcurrent device. Gotta have it if you have time. And if like money was no object, and I had all the time in the world, I would say like the LYMA laser is like in my top 3. But I can't make this a top 3 because it's just not attainable to everyone, because it's almost $3,000 and not everyone has 30 minutes to an hour every single day. So this would be like 4th. And then radio frequency is not in my top 3 because there's other devices that I think are easier to use. Radio frequency is so good for skin tightening, but gosh, the NVIG Edge, it's too hard. I can't come up with a top 3. Like my NVIG Edge, I absolutely love it. It's a radio frequency device from Tripolar, but it has skin resurfacing and skin tightening, and I love it. But then like the Tripolar Stop VX2 is so good for muscle tightening in the lower portion of your face. So I don't know, it's too hard. It's too hard, but I'll try again next time. Sorry. All right, so I've answered all of the questions. And again, if you still have questions I didn't address today, please drop them down in the comments. Maybe I'll make a part 2, or at a minimum, I will answer the questions down in the comments as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are all enjoying the new devices that you got over the holiday season. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, leave a comment, share with a friend, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.